Good morning. My name is Adena. I use she, her pronouns, and I am your Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration. And today I have a confession to make. I know. I was going to come up and do this whole blessing of the bags thing this morning and talk about carrying a bag with you when you go to school or work or even to the gym and what it means to be a UU and what we carry in the bag. And then in the end, it was going to be all about values that we carry in our minds and hearts, and everyone was going to be like, "Aww." It was going to be a whole thing. But I didn't have time. Between throwing a birthday party after service last week, and watching my goddaughter and Lonan at the same time, traveling to DC and back to see a baseball game, and doctor's appointments and emails, and growing a whole human, I just ran out of time to do what I needed to do. And not finishing made me feel bad. Do you ever feel bad when you don't finish something you wanted to do? Okay, I'm seeing nods and chuckles, okay. Well, then my brain started to tell me things, and I felt like maybe I wasn't good at anything at all. And I had to remind myself that I am capable. Can you say that with me? I am capable. Wow, that felt really good to hear. Well, since I have you here, I guess we'll talk a little bit more about things that have been bothering me. So, I've also been feeling a little worried about some things. I have a lot of new changes recently that have happened, and more coming up. Has anyone else been dealing with changes? Yeah, okay, hands, I get it. Well, I don't do so great with changes. And my brain has been telling me that maybe I'm too weak to deal with all of the new things happening. And I had to remind myself that I am strong. Can you say that with me? I am strong. That felt nice to hear too. So I've also been having a really hard time getting comfortable, and I've been super tired, and sometimes feeling that way makes me a little more quick to be negative or not so nice sometimes. I might have even been feeling grumpy. Has anyone else been feeling a little grumpy? Oh, I see some hands. Some people were really quick to admit that. Well, I don't like feeling grumpy because it makes me feel like I might not be the best friend to some people, and my brain's been telling me that I'm not a nice person. And I have to remind myself that I am kind. Can you say that with me? I am kind. It feels so good to talk through all of this with all of you. So then sometimes, when my brain gets really wonky and it talks to me in a really mean way, I start to think that maybe I'm just not good at anything. My brain says things like, I'm not smart enough, or pretty enough, or funny enough, or rich enough, or fast enough. Does that happen to anyone else? I'm seeing some hands. And in those moments, I have to remind myself that I am enough. Can you say that with me? I am enough. Wow, y'all. You're going to save me a lot of money on therapy this month. Okay, last one. Sometimes my brain gets really fuzzy, and when I get really down on myself, it's hard to remember that people love me. Does that ever happen to other people? I'm seeing some nods, okay. And when that happens, I have to remind myself that I am loved. Can you say that with me? I am loved. Exactly. Now, it feels pretty good when I can remind myself of these things when I need to hear them. But it felt even better to hear those reminders in this community. One of the great things that we can do as a community is to lift each other up using our words and little reminders. Sometimes we call those affirmations, right? And these can help us move past our fuzzy brains that like to tell us things that are untrue and remember all of the great things and wonderful things about ourselves. So I wasn't actually going to leave us hanging. I have these keychains that you can take with you to put on your bag that you keep with you. Maybe your backpack, your computer case, your diaper bag, or even it's a keychain. You could just put it on your keys, right? Too many hands, sorry. And each keychain has one of the affirmations that we shared together today. So you can choose whichever one you feel like you might need to hear more. And when you look at it, you can think about this community of people that is behind you and that believes in you too. But before we can hand them out, we need to bless them together. That gives them just a little extra magic, okay? So pick someone in the room to speak to, or maybe someone who's not in the room, or you can even just pick yourself. And let's think about that person, and we're going to send lots of good energy to our affirmation tags. And you'll repeat after me. Are you ready? Ready. Okay. You are capable.
You are capable.
You are strong.
You are strong.
You are kind.
You are kind.
You are enough.
You are enough.
You are loved.
You are loved.
Wow. These keychains feel a little extra blessed now. We're going to head to class, and I will have some for our children and youth to keep, but grown-ups, there are plenty of extra keychains on the sensory table and outside by the water, and hopefully you'll pick one up and take one home. And if you're on Zoom and you really want one, email a staff member here at UUCC, and we'll make sure you get one too. Thank you. Let's head to class.